So with that, let me go and get started. I'm going to share, I've got a little PowerPoint that I'm going to go through today. And the whole idea today, everybody, is quite simply this. I want to make sure that we think about, and today, get your minds thinking about, how to be unforgettable. All right. How to be unforgettable. Type the word unforgettable. Just so you know, when I teach and train or share information, it's always interactive because here's the thing. The more you interact today, the more money you'll make eventually, all right? Because it gives me energy as well. But type in the word unforgettable. How many of you, seriously, would like to be unforgettable with your clients, right? And we're going to talk about that. And I'll tell you up front today at the very end, if I do a good job, I want to encourage you to register for a webinar that we're going to start doing every week inside this group to give you more tips and things like this to help you, right? And so today we're going to talk about creative follow-up, client appreciation, referral building ideas that you can use immediately, right? And you guys can see my screen okay, right, Debbie? Just thumbs up that. All right, perfect. All right. So let's talk about it. Now, here's the thing. Your clients, they're distracted. Think about this. All right. Before, after a close, they are totally distracted. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, they're just overwhelmed in life. I mean, even happy clients may forget to refer an agent if your relationship goes quiet with them. Okay. So the real competition after closing is not another agent, it's actually distractions. Now, here's what I'm talking about. Because see, the post-closing relationship is where the repeat business is either protected or it gets quietly lost. See, great service is important, but great service alone does not guarantee that you are remembered. All right, and so these are the things that we want to talk to because clients, think about this every day. Even us, right? We're pulled in so many directions every day. All right. And here's the thing, if they're only purchasing a home every so many years, they're not thinking about real estate, right? And if you disappear as an agent, right, someone else can slip in there and become top of mind. Top of mind awareness, TOMA, is one of the things I always talk to agents about and how to do that. Because the goal of a realtor, remembers this, is that they remember, they trust, they start to talk about you, and they refer you long after closing day. I heard some of our realtors in here, they've been in business for 30, 20, 30 years. They probably understand this, how important. If you're going to stay in the game, make a very high 6-7 figure income in this industry, you've got to get this one piece, some of the pieces I'm going to show you today. It's super important that it embeds in your mindset because the repeat business opportunity is real. Here's some data from NAR, right? 91% of buyers would use their agent again or recommend them to others. Why? Because they're top of mind. 66 of sellers found their agent through a referral or used an agent they had worked before. How many of you want to be that referred agent, right? And then 50% of sellers use the same agent to represent them when buying or selling, okay? So your best future lead source may already be in your phone. And some of you, sometimes we're looking for the next shiny thing, right? and the reality is, some of you that have maybe, I know we have all different, years of experience here, but some of you, been around for a while. Those people in your database, mining that database, they're all there. Okay, and so I want you to do this. Drop me in the chat if you've ever had a past client use another agent and you thought, wait a second, what happened? Anybody, has that happened to anybody? Drop me if you did a deal with someone, you helped them buy their dream home and they picked somebody else the next time. Anybody? Drop me in the chat. I just want to know if we're not the only ones. And just so everybody knows, I've been doing real estate. I've been working with realtors since 2017, all right, in our company. And I actually have a referral status, a license just because, but the point is this. I'm very in tune with what happens in real estate as well, because I've been working with so many of them so often, right? And so the question then is, what do you think causes clients, think about this, to forget about an agent after closing? Is it time, lack of follow-up, too many distractions, or something else? Put those in the comments because it's super important that we really start to hammer this out today. See, here's the big aha. Being liked is not the same as being remembered. All right, someone should probably write that one down. Being liked is not the same as being remembered. This is the differentiator. See, I always tell people in real estate, the reason why I just think of some of the realtors that I get to work with. I mean, they're absolutely crushing it. Some of you, I mean, the amount of incomes that they can make, and what I think about all the ways that they're doing to be remembered, right? Because most clients would gladly refer a great agent. The problem is they often need a reason to think about you. Now, stop there for just a second, okay? The goal is to create thoughtful touch points that make the relationship easy to remember and easy to talk about. Okay. So that follow up does matter. See, the fortune is not just in the follow up. You've probably heard this, the fortune's in the follow up. It's not that. There's a little bit more to it. It's in the memorable follow up. Okay. It's in the memorable follow up. Folks, we live, let's be honest. I'm one of them. Probably you too. We're always distracted anymore. There's so many things vying for our time and attention. Listen, my company does it too for people. We're trying to get their attention. All the ads, all the posts, all these things, right? And our job is to make sure that we're memorable. And so if a client only hears from you when you need a referral, then the relationship feels transactional. And how many of us don't want to be transactional agents, right? We don't want that. We want that. We want to be that memorable agent, right? Remember the word unforgettable. The repeat business window. So a client may not buy or sell again for years. We all know this, but they may know someone who needs you this next week, right? Think about it. A friend moving across town, a family member buying their first home, a neighbor thinking about selling, a coworker relocating, right? Or someone asking, around the water cooler or at church, hey, do you know a good agent? See, your job is to stay very valuable enough to be remembered before that moment happens. You got to be ahead of it so that when they think, right, and I'll share with you some true stories here in a little bit of how to do this, but I want you to know you have to do this before that moment happens. See, top of mind is not luck. It is a system. You've got to remember this. The top of mind is not luck, it's a system. And so be challenging yourself today as we go through this. What systems do I have in place? So why most realtors the follow-up falls flat? Well, it stops once the transaction closes. It only happens when the agent needs something. It sounds generic. Hey, I'm just checking in, right? It relies too heavily on market updates, and it does not create a story worth sharing. And so the better question is, what can I send, say, host, or give that creates a real connection? Okay, and we'll go into some of these here in a second. So a simple follow-up rule is this: serve before you sell. Serve before you sell. And so and I'm just throwing this out there, and I know a lot of you have your trainings within your brokerages, but here's just some simple things. 30 days after closing, make sure that you're checking in and thanking them, right? 90 days later, give a home ownership tip, right? And these are just some ideas. 6 months, a personal touch, whatever that looks like. 1 year, every year on home anniversaries, this is a big deal. I would be absolutely doing something here. And then, of course, on a quarterly basis, value-based follow-up, right? Make the follow-up feel like a gift and not a request. Okay. You just want to make sure that this is happening. So be honest. How many of you have a real follow-up system after closing? Type in yes or no or kind of in the chat for me. Just type that in there so I can see those, right? Because this is the important part of. Oh, there's a lot of messages in here. Yeah. So type in there if you have see some of us, we need to work on this, and it's okay. The best way to grow any business, right, or even ourselves, is awareness. You've got to be aware of it. And so today's the day you make that decision. You know what? I need to have a simple follow-up system, right? All right, so let's talk a little bit more. Now, creative client appreciation ideas. All right, small touches create big loyalty when they feel personal. That's the key word, ladies and gentlemen, personal. Handwritten notes after closing on a home. Guys, you may be saying, man, handwritten note. Yes, I learned this from Michael Mayer back in the day. I don't know if you guys know the 7 Levels of Relationship, that book. Well, I mean, he talks a lot about this in there, right? Birthday and milestone messages that feel human. Personalized things, seasonal pop buys. This is a big one. I know in Kansas City, because I get to work with some of the biggest brokerages, and I'm in their groups. I kind of see all the different things they're doing. These are huge. These little pop buys. How about this one? Local restaurant events, weekend recommendation list. All these things can help. And then quarterly homeowner wins, emails with useful tips. These are things that make memorable, and appreciative ideas for your clients. See, remember, memorable beats expensive. You don't got to spend a ton of money. You just need to be memorable. And the best gifts say, I was thinking about you. It's not what you say to them, it's how you make them feel, right? Very important. All right. And so how do we make follow-up that feels natural instead of, like the awkward checking in? I think you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Because here's the thing. Here's 4 pillars for you to think about. Number 1 is educate. People love to be educated. Give them home tips in your newsletter or whatever that may be, equity updates of their neighborhoods, right? Maintenance reminders, right? These are just little things. It's just another touch point for you. Celebrate, folks. When you touch the heart of your clients, birthdays, home anniversaries, and life milestones, and folks, there are so many good things that you could do here to really make that special, right? It doesn't have to be just the standard. It's in your CRM. You're in Follow Up Boss. You're sending now. I use Follow Up Boss because if you're in Follow Up Boss, you've probably seen us in your back office. But the point is, just make it personalized, right? And then invite. If you're not doing client events yet, man, definitely do some of these. You can only do once a year even. But get your people together, invite them to community gatherings that may bring value to them, right? Local spotlights, right? How about this? Reward people too. Referral thank yous are huge. How about Google reviews, all these type of things, right? Make sure you reward them with something. VIP perks, memorable experiences. These are all ways to make it feel natural, okay? So finish this sentence in the chat for me. Being liked is not the same as being blank. Put that in the chat. Let me see if you guys are starting to get a little bit of the message today. Finish the sentence in the chat. Being liked is not the same as being, there we go. Let me see it. Drop it in there. I want it to get embedded in your subconscious today, right? Remembered, yes. Respected is good too, but yeah, remembered. We want to be remembered. All right. So here's some referral generating experiences for you, okay? Because referrals, as you know, are a big piece of our real estate business. And so people refer stories and not generic newsletters. Now, why? Well, think about a client appreciation party. They love, first of all, they love to post it on social media. This is big because they're going to thank their realtor, right? Which gives you exposure. Client appreciation events are huge. And folks, I can tell you right now, it's probably one of your better investments if you just really want to spend time and get to know your clients even better. And they appreciate the fact that you invested in something like this. Family photo events is another great one, right? Especially with spring here. This is a great time to do it. Fall, of course, with like pumpkin patch or holiday gatherings are great. Pie giveaways, seasonal pickup events. These are just ideas. Local business spotlights. Team up with other business owners, host events there. VIP client only perks that, if you're growing your database, right? Do some VIP client only perks for them as well. And then of course, you can surprise and delight moments as well. And so create moments that your clients want to talk about to their family and friends. See, when a client has a story, they have a reason to mention you, right? I can't wait to share with you guys some real stories here in a little bit. So the tie-in, appreciation can become a growth strategy. I actually think appreciation should be part of your growth strategy. See, client appreciation should not be random. It should support retention, staying connected after the closing, referrals, 100%, giving clients reasons to talk about you, differentiating yourself, standing out from there's lots of realtors in our markets, right? How do you differentiate yourself from everybody else? And then repeat business, being remembered before the next move, okay? This is where memorable experiences become more than a nice gesture. They become a referral engine, right? So what's more, so as we move into this last piece here, so what's more memorable to a client? A $25 gift card, a bottle of wine, another email newsletter, or how about this one? A vacation experience. See, as we go into this, folks, I get the distinct honor and privilege in the real estate industry, insurance, a mortgage industry, all these different industries to be able to share TripValet with people, vacation incentives, right? And so I want to talk about this because when you create a memory like this, and I'm going to share with you some true stories here in a second. When you can create something like this, clients never forget about you, right? Because think about this. People may lie, but numbers don't lie. Travel is the second largest industry in the world, folks. That means that's a little clue. My job over the last years, and even in Debbie's group, has been teaching people how to leverage travel in a business, in your real estate business, right? So I think we have mortgage people in here as well, title people. How do you leverage travel? Because people are already doing it, they want to do it. And so imagine giving your clients, your referrals, your open houses. I attended an open house over about 2 weeks ago, and they were giving away vacations. Community events. How do you give them a vacation experience as a thank you? Because see, it's not just another pen, a bottle of wine, a cutting board, a generic postcard, right? It's a memory tied to you and your brand. And travel incentives help realtors and all the other business support that we have supporters that are on here stay top of mind in a way that feels generous, very generous, different, and easy to talk about. Okay. And so here's how realtors are using travel incentives: client appreciation after a closing, not used to induce, because of course of the regulations, things like that. Referral thank you gifts. Okay. If someone refers you, open house engagement, getting people to actually put the correct email address and contact information at the open houses. This is one of the things that we learned early on in our business model. Agents love that they're actually getting real information from people. Database reactivation campaigns. This is another one. Community event prizes. Okay. And then, of course, VIP past client experiences, right? So the big point here is not just giving a trip, it's about building a follow-up system around incentives. See, there's a reason why every Fortune 500 company in the world uses incentives. I mean, they all do. Think about, I mean, Amazon uses it with their Amazon Prime. How about T-Mobile Tuesdays? Starbucks. How many of you are trying to get those gold stars? Incentives, because here's the thing: if you're offering incentive and I'm not putting it inside of your follow-up system, who's going to get that business long term, right? And so, what part of your business would benefit most from a memorable incentive? Open houses, referrals, past clients, listing appointments, or community events, right? And so, write that down. Let me give you some real quick stories. I'm not going to tell you the brokers these people are, and you probably know some of these people, but this is just a quick testimony from her. TripValet Incentives is one of the best client retention, growth, and appreciation programs available to us as producing agents. I've sent clients everywhere from Mexico to Vietnam to Greece and many locations in between. This is part of our closing gift, 1-year anniversary gift, and more. Think about that, the value way exceeds the investment. I'd highly recommend this to anyone looking for ways to create stability and success within their business. Always happy to share and mastermind the ways we've made this work. And this is they're always in the top 3 in their state, this particular agent in their brokerage. This guy, you guys might know this guy. I see so many, Brad Cohen says, I see so many agents looking for the next big thing, next gimmick to get business, buying leads that never turn into the results they hoped. Why not send all your friends, clients, and everyone you personally know on a complimentary trip? What if every client sent you a postcard from some exotic place or dream vacation that you sent them on? Do you think they would be talking about you to their friends? Don't you know that would bring you more referral and repeat business than trying to talk a stranger into trusting you and liking you? Don't think about it. Book your own trip today and start giving them away. TVI, baby. And and here's the last one. I want to just close with a couple here. This is Steve Johns. Some of you might know him. And I want to just share with you a real story. At one time, he's been a client since 2017. Oh, and we're having a happy hour. We go to the same church, and he runs the biggest, brokerage here in Kansas City for their company. And we're having a happy hour. He goes, Jimmy, hey, I got another client going on one of those trips. And they're going down to Branson, Missouri. Now, for Kansas City folks, we know Branson's kind of popular in this area. I go, oh, that's awesome. She goes, oh man, she's so excited. Steve's saying this, and I go, now, Steve, you know really what's going on here, right? He goes, what? The kid's just kind of joking around. He goes, I said, Steve, every year you give her a vacation, right? She's never, ever going to pick another realtor in her life. Why? She's so excited every year to go on vacation that you give her. right? A comprehensive vacation, and she doesn't even mind paying the taxes and fees. That's how our program works. But folks, this is how you start to become unforgettable, right? This is how you become unforgettable. And so, with that, everybody, I want to invite you. I'm going to start it next week. Debbie and I are very serious because I have seen what it's done for some of those agents that you saw and many, many more that we're going to be doing every Thursday now at 11. I'm sorry, it's 12 Eastern, 11 Central. Inside the group, I'm going to be doing a webinar talking about tips on how to leverage vacation incentives and travel with TripValet, right? Creative client appreciation ideas you can use right away, simple follow-up strategies that feel natural, not needy, community event pop-by ideas that create conversation, how to turn past clients into stronger referral sources, how travel incentives can fit your retention and referral plan. Folks, I could go, there's so many things I can cover with you. I can show you how people are running contests for listings on their Facebook and literally getting 10,000 plus views. I will teach you all these things in the next few weeks. Just keep coming back every week. And we'll be doing so many different things going live. We'll even call clients and give people vacations. Watch what happens. When you understand the power of travel and how to leverage it in your business, you're going away. And so if you want a sneak peek, you can always go to tvireferralnetwork.com. Someone will drop that in the chat for you. But feel free to do and then of course you can scan the QR code and get registered for this event. We will pack it out. We'll have a lot of people on there, so you definitely want to get registered, and then we'll get you the reminders. And so, how many of you type in me if you're ready to stay unforgettable? Type in me, whether you join the webinar or not. Hopefully you do. But the whole idea today, really, folks, is that you start to think about this word unforgettable. How can I be unforgettable for my clients? And so register for, we actually are creating the Unforgettable Realtor System with Debbie and her group because, we just want to continue, like her call is to give you guys value. We want to be part of that mission as well. And so book your spot. And then, of course, if you want a little sneak peek, you can always go to tvireferralnetwork.com as well. And so with that, thank you, everybody, for your time and attention. And Debbie, I'll turn it back over to you.